What's good, everybody? We are back with another Call of Duty mobile video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. So this is going to be a much more advanced iteration of a video I made a really long time ago, and that is 10 things that pros never do in Call of Duty mobile. Now, whenever I made this initially, it wasn't really even things pros never do in Call of Duty mobile. It was mainly just things that good players never do, guys like Ferg and Godsley. And to be fair, at the time, Godsley was a pro player, but this time it's going to be more of an advanced breakdown of specific strategies and things that pros really never do, especially now that I've been casting competitive Call of Duty mobile for 6 months, maybe even more now. I feel like I have a much better idea of what that looks like, and these are going to be some of the more advanced tips and tricks. If there's more specific aspects of the game that you guys would like me to do breakdowns on, feel free to let me know down in the comments. But without any more talking, we're going to go ahead and hop into the video. First thing that pro COD mobile players never do is tunnel vision on one specific thing rather than focusing on the objective at hand. Whether that would be hardpoint, whether that would be domination or search and destroy, they're always focused on the big picture, and rather than trying to focus on whether it's the current hardpoint, as you can see right here, tried players playing for the 3-story rather than trying to go for the first hardpoint. They actually do this for a number of different reasons. Number one, the first hardpoint's very exposed, so it's very difficult to secure, and especially if there is somebody on the 3-story in crash, it's very likely that you're going to get beamed out. Number two, setting up on that 3-story sets you up really well for the second hardpoint, which is a lot more difficult to break than the first. That means if you've got multiple players set up there, not only are you going to be able to take people out of the first hardpoint, but you're going to be able to have people on the bottom to take control of the second one, while at the same time preventing people in the surrounding area of taking control from you. If you've got players up in the very top of the 3-story, you can pretty much see all the crucial points on the map, which means it's also going to set you up for the third hardpoint as well. The second thing that pro COD mobile players never do is take unnecessary gunfights. What I mean by that is they don't take gunfights that aren't going to help them in capturing the objective, whether that would be search and destroy, hardpoint, or domination. Rather than blindly running around the map looking for kills, typically these players are set up on head glitches in order to increase the odds that they're going to be able to win their gunfights. The top and bottom areas of Delhi on the third hardpoint in Crash hardpoint is a great example of this. You can see not only are they setting up on top of head glitches, but they're also making sure that the only time they push out is when they have an advantage, i.e. more than likely when they've got a score streak or if they've got an operator in play. Speaking of operators, that leads us to our third point, which is that pro COD mobile players never let their operators go to waste. There's a few different aspects to that. Number one, you'll notice that most of the time, there's never multiple players on the team that have their operators out at once. The main reason for this is, especially when it comes to Annihilators, which is still the meta operator in Call of Duty Mobile, it's very, very easy to pick up multiple kills at a time, and because of that, there's a good chance that if you've got your entire team with their Annihilator out, there's going to be people stealing each other's kills, and the operators are not going to get their max value. But if you do manage to stagger those operators, especially if you do have multiple Annihilators, that number one, makes sure that nobody's getting their kills stolen, but number two, it increases the amount of time that your team is able to control those longer angles on the map, because the Annihilator can one-tap from anywhere on the map. Obviously, this will vary a little bit when it comes to things like the gravity spikes or the shield, but in general, you want to try to make sure that your operator skills are staggered as much as possible, typically leading with the person that has the most kills. That way they can cycle their operators faster once again. The fourth thing that pro COD mobile players never do is try to go for the objective without first securing map position. What I'm talking about I'm talking about the primary points where people will have the ability to view where the objective is. This applies to, once again, every game mode. It works differently in the different game modes, but one of the best examples of this is when playing Domination on firing range. I actually posted a screenshot on Twitter the other day of a guy that was MVP on his team, and I think he went like 2-13, and I saw a lot of people defending him, saying, oh, he's the guy that you want on your team, but in reality, there's a couple of mistakes that you make if you're gonna have a score line like 2-13. And while I do applaud him for having 10 captures in the process, he was making a mistake that I feel like a lot of beginner Call of Duty mobile players make in going for the objective without first trying to play for map control. control. You'll see that pro players, whenever playing Domination on firing range, will always go off the start one of 3 places. They'll either go top 10, they'll go to trailer, or they'll go to wood building, because those are the 3 main spots that allow you to not only overlook the B flag, but they also allow you to see the A and C flags at the same time. Trying to make a blind push to the B flag without first securing at least 2 of those points is always going to be extremely risky, regardless of what you've got in your hands, just because it's so easy for you to get shot out from those positions. This is the main reason that a lot of times you'll see players playing from one of these points, they pick up a bunch of kills and they don't immediately push over toward B. The main reason for that is because they're waiting for their teammates to secure the surrounding areas before they know they can make a safe push for the flag. My next point is one that pains me, but unfortunately is one that is very true just because of the current meta, and that is that pro COD mobile players never leave off persistence. Now, obviously, when I'm talking about persistence, I am talking about respawn game modes, but for the most part, in any competitive environment, you'll see at least 3 to 4 players on every team using persistence just because it is so overpowered. And while obviously I personally don't use persistence, it does make a lot of sense just because it gives you so many opportunities to be able to control the map. For the most part, pro players don't even run VTOLs alongside persistence just because it has gotten so easy to counter VTOLs, specifically with the Annihilator, the Pred Missile, and the FHJ. There's just too many opportunities for it to get shot down in a matter of seconds. What you will see a lot of pro players running is Pred Missile and Cluster Strike, primarily because those will not only allow you to gather information for your teammates by looking over the map to see where the opposing players are, but it also allows you to control specific areas and prevent the opposing team from pushing in, allowing you to control the map and play the objective more easily. Once again, I'm not saying everybody needs to run persistence, I'm just letting you know what the competitive meta is right now in Call of Duty Mobile, and that is using persistence. And last but not least, pro COD mobile players never let the scoreboard determine what their confidence or their gameplay strategy is going to be. They know the strategies they practice over and over again, and if they perform them to perfection, then a comeback is always possible, whether you're down 50 points at Domination half, whether you're down 140 to 35, or whether you're down 5-0 in Search and Destroy. There's always an opportunity for a comeback. Now, that may increase your urgency, it may mean that you need to hit a couple more shots, but ultimately, a lot of what makes these guys pro players is their confidence in their ability to be able to make those plays and hit those shots. But that is going to be it for the video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. If there's any more things that pro COD mobile players do or don't do that you want to see, whether that's Search and Destroy, Hardpoint, Domination specifics, feel free to let me know down in the comments. But that's going to be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.